We about to do this. We about to do this. We about to do this. Yeah. We about to do this. Yeah. I would like to welcome everybody back who's been staying in tune with the Campbell crew. We really appreciate it. As you can tell from my title, this is going to be a labor and delivery. Oh, that rhymed too. But this is going to be my labor and delivery story. As you can also tell from the title that it states that I had to have an emergency C-section. Yeah, I'm literally scarred from this experience. And I'm not trying to scare nobody who's pregnant, especially with their first child. Like, I'm really not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to prepare you to let you know that things can go from being like all good and not saying bad, but it can go from being what you least expect to happen. Because since I was having such a great pregnancy, I really thought that, I was going to be able to just do it. Like, I didn't even want the epidural. Like, I was going to just do everything natural. Like, don't give me no pain medicine, nothing. So Jordynn was born on February 21st. She was due February 18th. Which was that Sunday. I did not have Jordynn until that Wednesday. I had a scheduled induction for that Friday, but I ended up going to the emergency room on that Tuesday due to the fact that I wasn't feeling her move as much, and because I was overdue, like the doctor always told me when I got closer to like my duty and stuff, they always told me if you feel like she's not moving as much, go to the emergency room. And I know that's one thing that a lot of mothers while you were pregnant always worry about is my baby okay? Like, you always thinking about that. Like, I used to throughout my whole pregnancy, like, that is the main thing that I was thinking about. Like, is she okay? Like, you alright? Which I wanted to get one of those fetal Dopplers, I think that's what it's called, to monitor her heartbeat at home. But time went by so fast that it just got away from us. Say hi, Jordynn. Everybody is always wondering, like, is my baby okay? But I ended up going to the emergency room because I wasn't feeling her move as much. I was having like small contractions, but it wasn't unbearable. Like, I really could tolerate it. But because I wasn't feeling her move as much, I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go to the emergency room. I am overdue. And honestly, like, I was really ready for her to come. Like, I'm ready to meet my baby. Like, it was so much people around me that was pregnant and was having their babies, and I was low-key jealous. Because I'm like, I want my baby to be here too. Why am I the only one that's overdue? Everybody was having their baby early, not like too early, but early, and I'm the only one still sitting here big and pregnant. So I went to the emergency room, and they monitored her. Everything was great. Her heartbeat was fine. Like, everything was great. But when I told the doctor that I wasn't feeling her move as much, it wasn't my doctor. It was another doctor on duty. So he's called my doctor to basically figure out what she wanted to do, and she told him to go ahead and admit me. And when that man came back in that room and told me, "We gonna keep you," if I could have jumped off that bed and shout, I swear I would have. I couldn't, but I would have, because I was so happy. Like, yes, finally. So yeah, they admitted me. And one thing that I do want to add, which is a part of the labor and delivery process, was when they inserted the IV. Please comment below what was your experience with that, because mine was horrible. And I swear, once again, I am not trying to scare nobody who has to, who is pregnant and who's about to give birth. But when I tell you that was like the second to the worst thing throughout that whole process, oh my gosh, y'all, the IV was like really, really bad. Like, I don't know if it was just because of me, and like, as you can tell, like, my wrist is small. So I don't know if it was just because like I'm small and maybe that's why it hurt. But please comment below, like, how was yours? Let me know if I'm not tripping and yours was bad too, even if your wrist is bigger than mine or not. Like, let me know, because I watched several videos before I even, while I was pregnant, and a lot of people basically stated that their IV experience was bad as well. So I was kind of like preparing myself for the worst. And when I asked my nurse, I was like, is it true? And she was like, yes, it's gonna hurt. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's gonna hurt. It hurt really bad. So fast forward, I had to be induced, of course, and because when Jordynn was stubborn, she was not coming out, she was getting fed too good, she was not ready to come out. They're supposed to insert 3 pills every 3 hours. So they inserted the first pill at 6:30. Pain was it was okay. Like, it wasn't horrible. I was able to tolerate it. And then the second one they inserted at 9. After they inserted the one at 9, that's when it seemed like everything just started kind of like going crazy. The pain started coming, and the pain never stopped. Like, when I tell you that my stomach was rock hard, like, it was hard, super hard. And the nurse was asking me, like, is your stomach normally this hard? And I'm like, no. And so she was like, well, it looks here. Like, she was looking at the little monitor, like the contraction monitor, and she was basically telling me, like, you basically have no breaks in between. Like, I was having a break, but it wasn't an actual break. I felt like it was seconds in between each contraction, and that was going on between from 9 until about 5:30, 6 o'clock that morning. And in between those hours, that's when everything was like kind of getting crazy, because every time I would get up and go to the bathroom, you know, you have to like unplug yourself from the monitors and go to the bathroom and come back in the bed. And when Brenda would plug me back up to the monitor, the nurse would come in and she would notice that Jordynn's her heart rate was really low. So she would make me lay on like my left side or flip to my right side, whichever one that would bring her heart rate back up the quickest. So they ended up having to put like an oxygen mask on me and everything, because her heart rate was just getting so low. So the very last time that I got up to go to the bathroom, and this was before, because I did end up getting the epidural, but before I got the epidural, this was the last time I got up to use the bathroom. Her heart rate got so low that the nurse came like running in, which was kind of scary, because, you know, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we not sleeping, of course. We kind of just resting, just laying there, and she comes like rushing in. I just got back in the bed. She came rushing in, and she was like, oh no, turn on your side, and like going crazy. And you know those little things that they put your legs in, I think it's called like a stirrup or something, they put your legs in when you're about to push. They put one of, I was laying on my left side, she put my right leg in it, and she was, you know, basically telling me to breathe as much oxygen as I can, because Jordynn's heart rate was so low. So like, she was calling nurses, and it felt like 200 people was in that room with me at one time. But of course it wasn't. It was like 20. But 20 nurses came running in, one of them like shooting me up with some kind of medicine in my arm, which I found out that the medicine was to basically slow down, basically stop the contractions, because it was just coming too quickly, and it was basically putting Jordynn under too much stress. So, and please excuse me if I keep kind of looking over there, because I can see myself and I'm trying to focus on looking in the camera, and I keep drifting on looking at myself. But okay, back to the story. So she came in, they pumped me with, you know, she gave me a shot of that medicine. One of them was checking me, like, it was crazy. Like, I was scared, because I'm like, what did I do wrong? What is going on? Like, please tell me my baby is okay. So finally Jordynn's heart rate went back up, and that's when she told me, like, okay, you can't lay on your back at all, because between, like I said, between 9 and 6, that's when I was like going from side to side. I really couldn't lay on my back at all, which kind of, I wouldn't say made the contractions worse, but I wasn't able to, you know, basically get comfortable to tolerate the contractions. I kind of had to be comfortable. I had to lay how she wanted me to lay in order for her heartbeat to stay at a normal pace. So I was laying on my left side for like a long time with my leg in the stirrup, which was so uncomfortable, because you can imagine like your legs start hurting, because, you know, the side that you're laying on, that's the side that's gonna get numb, and then you be ready to flip to the other side, but I couldn't do that. So at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, I went ahead and I was like, yeah, I need the epidural. Like, I can't do this no more. Like, please give me something, because I couldn't get no pain medicine at all. Like, nothing to take the edge off, because the nurse basically told me, because her heart rate was so low, they couldn't give me anything, and the only thing I could get was the epidural. So around that time, I went ahead and I got the epidural, and after that, of course, like, I still could feel like a little sharp pains, but it wasn't like bad. And the epidural experience wasn't as bad as people make it seem. Like, a lot of people say, oh my gosh, like, that was horrible. The worst part is getting the shot, you know, the numbing shot, which I don't know if you've ever been stung by a bee, but that's how it feels. Like, it's just like a burning sensation. But once it numbs, you don't feel anything. Of course, you have to remain still, and you're still getting contractions. So it's like you want to move, because the contractions hurt. You got somebody in your spine, so, you know, you want to move. But let me tell you something. I was in so much pain that I was ready to be relieved. So I was so still that that lady was like, you had so much contractions during this process. I am so proud of you, because yeah, I was so ready to be relieved. I was like, man, I can't do this no more. Like, come on. Like, we got to do something to get me relieved, because I need something. Like, this has been a long journey of dealing with contractions back to back. After I got the epidural, I still could feel like a little sharp pain, but it wasn't bad. Like, I could tolerate that because compared to what I was experiencing, that was nothing. So at about 7 o'clock, it had to be a little after 7 because I had a new nurse, shift change. So another nurse came in, and that's when it's like I couldn't lay on my back, I couldn't lay on either of my sides because Jordyn's heart rate kept going low. So the lady was like, okay, you have to get on all fours. I had to get on all fours and basically like rock back and forth and side to side, to basically, honestly, I can't even tell you what that was for. I think it was to help Jordynn move down, and to help gravity push her down, and I am assuming that's what it was for. All I know is that's what the nurse was telling me to do, and I want my baby to be healthy, so this is what I'm going to do. So I was doing it, and in the process of me doing that, that's when my water broke, which I didn't know it broke until of course, because I had the epidural, so my legs and stuff was numb. But it's like, even though it was numb, I still felt something. It was just like, what was that? And she was like, oh, your water just broke. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, I'm thinking, yes, we about to do this. We about to do this. We about to do this, yeah. We about to do this, yeah. But then, Jordyn's heart rate went back down low. So I had to get back, because they put me on my back, and I had to get back on all fours. So the doctor on duty, which my doctor did not deliver me, because she was not on duty that day, but the doctor that was on duty did deliver me, which thank you to him. I don't know his name, I wish I did, but I would love to say thank you, and I love you because you made the right decision and you made sure that me and my baby made it out. So the doctor came in, and I'm thinking everything is great, because even though I'm on all fours, I'm thinking, okay, because the nurse was like in my ears and she was telling me, okay, this is what you're gonna do. She was giving me like the process of how I'm gonna push, how I'm gonna hold my head, how I'm gonna hold my legs. I'm like getting jittery inside, like, oh yes, we about to do this. I'm like so happy. But then the doctor came in, and he was like, well, I noticed that her heart rate is still kind of low, so we're gonna try, but if her heart rate doesn't go to where I kind of am comfortable with it at, then we're gonna have to do a C-section. And my little heart just went to the floor, because I'm like, I did not want to be, cut on. I really didn't want to be cut, and I instantly got kind of sad. Which I'm like, I was sad, but then I was like, whatever you guys have to do to get my baby here healthy, that's what we have to do. Like, it's not about me. So the doctor came in, they had their gloves on, they were suited up, they been ready to go ahead and come on, let's get this baby out. And as soon as I laid on my back, little Miss Jordynn just wanted to steal the show. Like how she's stealing the show right now, as you can hear her. And yeah, her heart rate went right back down. So they flipped me back on all fours, like, and it was like her heart rate went so low that it made them kind of like crazy. So the lady like flipped me back, and like literally flipped me, because I could barely move myself because my legs was numb. She literally flipped me back on all fours and started like shaking me from side to side, and she was like, the doctor, like, he had his gloves on and everything, and he ripped them gloves off, and he was like, we're not doing this. Those words will forever stay with me, that we're not doing this. That was, that just hurt my little feelings just now. He was like, we're not doing this. Her heart rate is way too low, and he did not want to take that chance and, me trying to push her out, because I feel like the crazy thing about the whole thing, Jordynn really didn't come down as far as they wanted her to. Like, she was still sitting kind of high. Even when my water broke, like, she still was sitting really high. And it was like things went from basically them kind of being patient with me and kind of like seeing what Jordynn was going to do, to them like unplugging everything and rushing me out of the room to the operating room, which was really scary. But are you gonna be a good girl? Yeah. So they got me in the operating room, and I just remember asking for Brandon the whole time. Like, I'm like, where's Brandon?
Where's Brandon?
The nurse was like, he's coming. They had to get him all, because basically it was an emergency situation. So they had to, it wasn't like nothing that they could prepare for. So they had to go, I guess, get stuff for him to put on. So, but I'm just sitting there like, okay, but I understand that, but where's Brandon? Like, I don't want to go through this right now, because I feel them like, basically cleaning up that area, ready to go ahead and start cutting. Jordynn, just please give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. wouldn't say like I could feel them cutting, but I could feel them cutting. Like I can't take. It's like I could feel them cutting, and I was telling like I didn't know if it was normal or not. So I was telling the doctor, I'm like, I can feel it. I can feel it. So he's like, do you feel them cutting or do you feel the sharpness? And I'm like, I can feel them cutting. It doesn't feel sharp and it doesn't feel like pain, but it was just kind of a weird feeling, and I didn't know if I was supposed to feel it or not. So I'm telling them like, I can feel this. So he started giving me like a little bit more medicine, which Brandon told me like they gave me a lot of medicine only because like throughout the process, like I felt like, I don't know if you ever watched a C-section video, which I have, and it's like these little things that got like a hook on it, and they basically use it to kind of, I guess, open you up. I felt that. I felt them pull my skin open. Like I felt them open me up to pull her out. And when I tell you, y'all, I swear, I promise you, I am not trying to scare anybody, and this is some like deep details. But when I tell you, like, I felt them pull her out, like, it was so much pressure. It felt like somebody was like, it felt like all those nurses and doctors that was in that room was on top of me, and it hurt so bad. Oh my gosh, like, when I explain it to some people, like, you know, some people say, oh, I had a C-section, it wasn't that bad. I don't know what they were doing, and I don't know if because it was an emergency situation and they didn't really have time to, you know, prepare, and because her heart rate was so low, they was moving kind of fast, but that hurt. It hurt. Like, the pressure was just, it was like really bad. Like, oh my gosh, like it literally, like I was literally crying, like that, it was hurting, and I have a very high tolerance to pain. So for me to get like that during that process, it was some very bad pain. So with that, like, that's the part that really scarred me the most, because I know that if I were to have another child, it's a possibility that I probably will have to have another C-section, and that's one thing that's kind of on my mind heavy. Is it gonna feel like that again? Like I can't put myself through that again. And it's like, as much as I want Jordynn to have a sibling, I really don't know if I can do it again. Like, if I can just do the pregnancy part, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it is a possibility that I could have a vaginal birth, but it's still that possibility of having another C-section. And it's like, the process that goes on after the C-section, you know, being in pain, having to heal, and not being able to move that much, like, it was all worth it. Don't get me wrong, I am not complaining at all. It was all worth it. My daughter is the biggest blessing I have ever received, but that process was like, oh my gosh, like I just really cannot, like I can't stress how scarred I am from that. And a lot of people always say, oh, you gonna have another baby? Like, y'all might as well go ahead and have another baby. And I'm like, is you crazy? Have you lost your mind? Like, is you gonna carry this baby for me and deliver him for me? Cause me? Oh no, I can't. I don't know if I can do this again. Which, if it's in God's plan and that's what's supposed to happen, and I'm supposed to have another baby, then hey, I'm all for it. But as of right now, if it's up to me, no ma'am, no sir, not today, not tomorrow. But I mean, after she got here, after I saw her, like, I can't even lie, I really did forget about all the pain and stuff, which, I mean, I forgot about it at that moment, because once they stitched me up and I went back in the room and I realized how much I could not move. Of course, I remember the pain, because shoot, I had a big old cut going across my stomach. But it was still, like, I still was so thankful, because I'm thankful for that doctor, mainly because his choices. Like, I'm happy that he decided to go ahead and do an emergency C-section. I'm happy that he did not say, oh, come on, let's just go ahead and try it, because that's when things happen, you know. However she was supposed to make it in this world, that's how she was supposed to make it in this world. But I'm so thankful. I'm just so thankful. Like, I can't even express how thankful I am for the choices that the doctors made, the nurses being right there by my side. Like, it was one nurse that literally stood by my side and held my hand and wiped my tears before Brandon got there. Like, I am so thankful for them. Like, y'all just don't understand how happy I am to have had nurses and doctors that I did have. I mean, just to sum it all up, even though I am scarred, I have to continuously stress that from my birthing experience, from that labor and delivery experience. I am so thankful for Miss Jordynn. Even though she gave her mama a run for her money and she was just want to be so stubborn, did not want to come out, I'm so thankful for her life. If you are pregnant, like, motherhood is something that you cannot explain, like the love that you have for, and then she goes on. But motherhood is a very beautiful experience. Like, I can't even explain or describe the feeling that you have, the love that you just grow for this beautiful little human being. Like, how can you love somebody so much? Like, you don't experience true love until you have a child. Like, for real. Even if they just as angry as my little baby is, like, she can be so angry. And just look at her. How can you not love someone so beautiful? Even if she's spitting up on everything and everywhere. But thanks guys for tuning in. This has been my labor and delivery story. If you guys who's pregnant right now have any questions, please feel free to comment below or even message me, ask me anything. My social media accounts is down below in the description box. If you do want to message me, ask me anything about my experience, or if you have just any questions that you would like to ask me, I am more than welcome to share anything with you. Nothing is off limits. Excuse Miss Julie Box because she is just drooling. Thanks guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. This has been Mommy and Jordy's video about our labor and delivery experience. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks guys.